Skateland. This is something a little different than from the norm that we typically see you in.
Yes.
But what do you think are some of the themes that we will be able to relate to, really, in this film?
I think it's so easy to relate to something like this because it's kind of, one of those coming-of-age stories. And so it's, I think that crossover from kind of the, adolescence into adulthood, and we were all forced at some point to have to make decisions that will affect the rest of our lives and kind of grow up a little bit and take responsibility. And I think just make hard decisions. And, I think that coupled with, having to deal with being in love and being in kind of uncharted territories and not really knowing exactly how you feel and what to expect and how someone else feels. And then, there's also a little bit of kind of pain and loss and, some of the characters having to deal with things that are very difficult to deal with and having to really kind of, I think, dig within themselves and kind of reevaluate things once that happens. And I think, that's something that a lot of people have gone through.
Definitely. So you guys cover the gamut when it comes to different themes and topics.
A little bit of everything in there.
Right, exactly. And so you're transitioning from high school and hanging at the skating rink into adulthood. Now, talking about the skating rink, Ashley, did you ever have a birthday party at the skating rink?
You know what? I got a concussion at the skating rink. Oh, yes, I did. I definitely had birthday parties at the skating rink, but I was skating one time, and an older kid ran into me, and I ate it and got a concussion and had to leave. But I went back, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite things about the 80s? Was it the fashion, the music, the hair?
I just kind of like how out there and intense it is. I think, for me at least, and, I grew up in the later part of the 80s, so I talked to my mom a lot about the 80s and what they did, and, I think it was really exciting for me to be able to kind of just venture out from the usual that I do, because I don't step that far out of the box, so the blue eyeshadow and the huge curly hair was really fun.
Finally, how does something like this, a movie that's more independent in all actuality, compare to something like a Twilight?
I think, there are definitely a lot less people. Luckily with Twilight, we've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, so we've gotten to know everybody really well, but generally on bigger films, I don't think it's as intimate. And, this one we started off, and one of the first days I got there, they were like, you know what, we're taking everyone water skiing, and you just kind of do things that I don't think you usually do on bigger films. So yeah, I did like the intimacy of the independent, and they're usually passion films too, so you kind of get a little bit of different feeling with that too.